I spoke too soon. Hello everybody, welcome back to Middle-earth. I am Raven Shadow, let's fight to the last gasp. Wait, did you put your captain in the front line? Okay, they did not. That is unfortunate for us, but very fortunate for them.
The enemy are battering down our gates! The enemy's ram has breached the gates!
Oh, I just love having to retake lost ground, don't you? I mean, of course, nobody made me play this aggressively, but like, you're supposed to. You're supposed to take territory. It's that type of game. It's the FIFA soccer of war crimes. I still maintain the shield wall ought to be where it's at in Lord of the Rings as far as infantry goes. Of course I'll use pikes, because I like pikes. I love pikes, in fact. But the focus ought to be on the shield wall. The balance of power is very generous to us. Yes, we are doing quite well, but it's not going to be enough. The archers cannot single-handedly turn this tide. We can kill a lot of them, but we are going to lose this battle almost certainly.
Our foe has taken control of the city.
Yep, they did that. Can you shoot the ones that are attacking you? Give them a volley. Huh. Nice, they turned around. I love shooting at their backs. That's actually my preferred area to shoot at. Maybe we can reset the timer a little bit. What? Oh, they're routing. Nice. Good job. Doesn't look like we're gonna be able to. Maybe we can sneak past these pikemen over here. Although it's looking like that's also gonna be a no. Noom! Okay, you're out of ammo. Get up there. Oh, great. Okay, well. Ready for a horror show? Yeah. Run through them. Yeah, now attack. And now run through them.
Our foe has lost control of the city.
Good, good, good. I love it when they do that. Keep moving, keep running.
Only half the enemy force remains.
And now we're out. Okay. Oh, great. Magnificent. Don't you just love that? Okay, charge. There. You also charge.
Our foe has taken control of the city.
It happens.
The enemy is no longer in command of the city. Our men have fought long and are becoming tired. Our enemy has command of the city.
Well, I don't know, maybe we can keep running until the longer timer runs out. It's not technically impossible.
Our foe has lost control of the city.
Now we begin to really lose.
Defeat seems almost certain.
This is the beginning. Yep, okay, there we go. Wow! We killed half of them! Nothing too special, mind you. We lost half again as many as they did. Well, time to strategize a counterattack. A counter-counterattack, rather. Mm-hmm. And again.
No sleeping here! Come on! Kill them all! Pick your feet up! Oh! Listen up! Get ready for fighting! Come on! Come on!
At your service.
Oh yeah, we got a diplomat here.
Blessed best be good. You're very hard to trust.
Aw man, I can't bribe them.
Aye, farewell.
Okay, well.
Without question, my
Stand there so I can find you again later.
Kill them all! Pick your feet up!
Okay, I want to talk a little bit about fascism. There will be a timestamp so you can skip it if you want to. Why do I want to talk about fascism right now? Well, because we're orcs, okay? Orcs. Where's my... Yes, the Shrine of Melkor. If you are a Lord of the Rings nerd, you have a very valuable tool available to you to understand fascism. And that is Melkorism. Let me get the big one. Where's the big one? Dark Temple of Melkor. So, a question that fascists love asking is, what is fascism anyway? They want you to think that fascism doesn't exist, and that is one of the key ways to spot a fascist early, is they don't want you to think fascism exists. They love it when the term gets overused and misused and thrown where it doesn't belong, in which they have the unwavering, if accidental, support of a whole bunch of liberals and terminally online leftists. And to be fair, it is really hard to pin down a proper definition of the word. Modern fascism gets its name from Mussolini bringing back the old Etruscan fash to symbolize his whole shtick. But the thing, though, is that the shtick he was pushing has actually been around a whole lot longer than the fash. Goes all the way back to ancient Sumer and probably beyond, honestly. You want an in-depth look at Iron Age proto-fascism? Take a nice hard look at the Assyrian Empire. Or, excuse me, the Neo-Assyrian Empire, because I guess it was the second one. The time they got big. The time the Assyrians got big. Anyway, that's a big rabbit trail. Melkorism. Big deal in Numenor. Hang on, my Silmarillion is right here. Maybe I can find where it talks about it. Okay, well here's a nice little passage about the Nazgul. We're not quite there yet, but I'll do a light preemptive reading. Men proved easier to ensnare. Those who used the 9 rings became mighty in their day. Kings, sorcerers, and warriors of old. They obtained glory and great wealth, yet it turned to their undoing. They had, as it seemed, unending life, yet life became unendurable to them. They could walk, if they would, unseen by all eyes in this world beneath the sun, and they could see things in worlds invisible to mortal men, but too often they beheld only the phantoms and delusions of Sauron, and one by one, sooner or later, according to their native strength and to the good or evil of their wills in the beginning, they fell under the thraldom of the ring that they bore, and under the dominion of the One, which was Sauron's, and they became forever invisible save to him that wore the ruling ring, and they entered into the realm of shadows. The Nazgul they were, the ring-wraiths, the enemy's most terrible servants. Darkness went with them, and they cried with the voices of death. There's a nice little start. Lovely little picture from Tolkien of what fascism does to you and where it comes from. Notice he doesn't say that the Nazgul were all evil to begin with. He, in fact, seems to imply that they came on a sliding scale of how evil they started. one by one, sooner or later, according to their native strength and to the good or evil of their wills in the beginning. So you could be a better person than Frodo and still be corrupted by one of the 9 rings if you wore it long enough. It eats at your moral character until it erodes and collapses in on itself, even if you started with a very strong one. Not really the aspect of fascism I thought I was going to talk about when I started this little session, but it'll do. Just a little bit later, we're getting a look at a key component in resisting fascism. Yet there came at length a stay in the onslaught of Sauron upon the Westlands. For, as is told in the Akallabeth, he was challenged by the might of Numenor. As we know, that same might will prove to be Numenor's ultimate undoing, but that doesn't mean it can't check the rise of fascism. Because as I recall, the Numenorians sent a whole bunch of armies to basically arrest Sauron, and they were so powerful that his armies were like, no thank you. By the way, I fully subscribe to the notion that the Dunedain steel bows were actually Lee Enfields. They're bows made of hollow metal that pierce armor at tremendous range. Guys, it's rifles. Hashtag steampunk Numenor. So great was the power and splendor of the Númenóreans in the noontide of their realm that the servants of Sauron would not withstand them, and hoping to accomplish by cunning what he could not achieve by force, he left Middle-earth for a while and went to Númenor as a hostage of Tarkalion, the king, and there he abode until, at the last, by his craft, he had corrupted the hearts of most of that people, and set them at war with the Valar, and so compassed their realm as he had long desired. Compass in Older English often means circle or swing. Shakespeare, for example, uses the word compass to describe the swing of a scythe, specifically the scythe of death. So Númenor is now in Sauron's circle because he spent however long it was, however many Númenorian generations, corrupting the people there so that they would listen to him instead of to the Valar. It is a very Palpatine-esque epoch in the life of Sauron. I was wrong. I read it wrong. Sorry. That word is used in a different way than I thought. Never mind. Until at last by his craft he had corrupted the hearts of most of that people and set them at war with the Valar, and so compassed their ruin. Their ruin is what got compassed. I guess it means he brought their politics full circle until he could engineer their ruin, which actually works better with the concept I'm trying to build here. He can't destroy Númenor outright, so he's doing it from within. It's still a major Palpatine epoch, I just misunderstood how the word was being used. And by the way, this is page 347 in my Silmarillion, if you would like to read along. I'm not sure if the page numbers are the same in yours, but feel free. In the chapter called Of the Rings of Power and the Third Age. So he compassed the ruin of Númenor. But that ruin was more terrible than Sauron had foreseen, for he had forgotten the might of the Lords of the West in their anger. The world was broken, and the land was swallowed up, and the seas rose over it, and Sauron himself went down into the abyss. Fascists often end up engineering their own demises by accident. I'm not even gonna touch on climate change with this one, okay? You can draw that parallel on your own. But his spirit arose and fled back on a dark wind to Middle-earth, seeking a home. There he found that the power of Gil-galad had grown great in the years of his absence, and it was spread now over wide regions of the north and west, and had passed beyond the Misty Mountains and the Great River even to the borders of Greenwood the Great, and was drawing nigh to the strong places where once he had dwelt secure. Then Sauron withdrew to his fortress in the Black Land and meditated war. Well, I was hoping we were going to get a description. Wait, I think the description of Melkorism was actually much earlier, in Of the Coming of Men. You get to listen to the version of this where I've cut out the looking for it. Okay, on page 165 in Of the Coming of Men into the West, I believe this is chapter 17, we have Morgoth dealing with the First Men. He goes out in person, which is something at this point Morgoth rarely does, although it will not be the last time. Of his dealings with men, the Eldar indeed knew nothing at the time, and learnt but little afterwards. But that a darkness lay upon the hearts of men, as the shadow of the kinslaying and the doom of Mandos lay upon the Noldor, they perceived clearly even in the people of the elf friends whom they first knew. To corrupt or destroy whatsoever arose new and fair was ever the chief desire of Morgoth, and doubtless he had this purpose also in his errand. Usually we think of Middle-earth as a series of digression, in which things start out really, really cool and then get less cool over time, but you can still see remnants of the old cool things wherever you look, but even those are degrading and it just gets worse and worse until now today we live in an era basically ruled by machinery, and getting very close actually to that with AI and stuff. But personally, I don't think that narrative actually works. Because good people are still making new shit. The influence of Melkor is there, frantically trying to corrupt the new good things that get made. In fact, the creativity and goodness of the peoples of Middle-earth is so powerful and aggressive that he's basically playing whack-a-mole constantly to beat it down, which he does with lamentable success in many cases, but as we saw that same tactic biting Sauron in the ass when he lost his ability to appear in fair form, it is also always to his own detriment. Fascism doesn't actually help anybody. It's bad even for fascists. It says his errand was by fear and lies to make men the foes of the Eldar, and bring them up out of the east against Beleriand. And let's be clear, yes, fear and lies are the best tools of fascists, because courage and truth do not serve them at all. When you dig into accurate sources behind the stories you hear, you undermine the power of Melkor, okay? Or the power of fascism. At least here in America, fascists are very fond of telling people to do their own research. What you need to understand is that there's usually an unaspirated don't at the front of that, because they want you to keep listening to their podcast or watching their internet show or whatever. They want to monopolize your news intake so that you don't get multiple perspectives and you never bother to compare them to one another or check their accuracy or ask why they are paying so much attention to the particular angle they have chosen to stress. This is not an advertisement for Ground News. I don't have Ground News and I don't use it. I would say they should sponsor me, but I'm not even monetized yet. It doesn't make sense for anybody to sponsor me right now. Anyway, verifying the information you hear before you make it the hill you want to die on is something that the Númenóreans really should have considered doing when their quotation marks, ex-Melkorite prisoner, Sauron, was worming his way into the system that had captured him. But this design was slow to ripen and was never wholly achieved, for men, it is said, were at first very few in numbers, whereas Morgoth grew afraid of the growing power and union of the Eldar, and came back to Angband, leaving behind at that time but few servants, and those of less might and cunning. And that right there, okay, this is very understated, but it's very important. The servants of Melkor, at least here, and frankly, throughout the entire series, are of less might and cunning. In other words, if they had more might and cunning to begin with, then they probably wouldn't be drawn to Melkor, but also, regardless whether his Faustian bargains produce in those individuals more power, they kind of reduce that individual's cunning and certainly their autonomy, as we see with the Nazgul's rings. Because it's like, yeah, you get to walk around invisible and look at other worlds and stuff, but you do it on my time. You are my most powerful bitch. Essentially. You wield great power, but more as a conduit.
And 9 rings were gifted to the race of men, who above all else desire power.
So what we can take away from this portion of the Silmarillion, sticking to Melkorism, is that Melkorism does not select the best and brightest, and once it has selected the not best and not brightest, It makes them less good and less bright, less cunning, less powerful. Again, fascism isn't good for the fascist either. Well, that little dive into the Silmarillion sadly did not find what I was looking for. I was looking for the passage where it described the process of Melkorism. I don't remember where I read that, but there are some very good video essays on Melkorism here on YouTube, and I would highly recommend that you check those out and just kind of marvel at how well Tolkien understood 21st century politics in the 20th century. Melkorism isn't really one ideology. It's not one set of beliefs. Basically, it's a culture war. It's fake populism. Its purpose is to get Melkor more power. So whatever people care about, whatever grievance they have suffered, real or imagined, he seizes onto it and uses it to advance his own agenda. In Middle-earth, Melkor's agenda always comes back to, I like this earth and I want it to be mine. He's a map painter. He just wants to create his own stuff without being under Iluvatar's sway. Which of course leads him to do, all the bad stuff. Everything bad. Literally everything bad is Melkor's fault in Middle-earth. I'm not even kidding. And why does he do the bad things? Well, because he wants power. He wants to conquer the world, like we always do in Divide and Conquer. Conquer is in the name. And I imagine there are some fascists in the real world who do just want to map paint, who just want one government to rule the entire world because, I don't know, they think it would be cool or something. But if I'm being honest, I don't think that's the main driver behind most real-life fascism. I think real-life fascism actually stems back to sexuality. It's a vicious cycle where people who are self-conscious about their own detractions wind up in a kind of feedback loop where they just keep becoming more and more obsessed with how unfuckable they are, which leads them to become more unfuckable, until at the end of the day they think that they just can't get laid consensually. And this in turn drives them toward basically every kind of debauchery that humans generally agree to be bad things. Okay, I don't have to tell you. Well, actually, if you are a fascist, I might have to tell you. Somebody probably should explain the theory of consent to you. Look, if you are yourself a fascist, let me give you the best advice you will ever get. People get laid way more often on the left. It's true. It is so demonstrably true. When everybody's autonomy and consent is respected, everybody's sexual needs are met much more fulfillingly, far and away. And that's why another hallmark of fascism is a lack of respect for bodily autonomy, whether that's in terms of who you get to or have to have sex with, or whose baby you have to have. So, what is fascism? It's a vicious cycle of sexual degeneracy which leads to implicit anti-intellectualism to distract from and or distort the truth of what's going on. It's a power grab. Fascism is always a power grab. While I do not by any means ideologically align with everything that America is built on and stands for, I do very much like the concept of all humans being born with inalienable rights. Now, what those rights are, we can quibble about a little bit, but I think we can generally agree that they should be equal, as much so as we can make them. Meaning that something like, slavery is inherently against that core American concept of inherent equality. Because in order for there to be slavery, somebody has to be a slave. And a slave cannot be equal to their master, except in a safe and sane, prearranged agreement between consenting adults. But that's a whole other thing, and as much as I am a fan of it, it's not... Guys, leftists have more fun, okay? Leftist ideology is internally consistent, unless of course you're red fash, in the case of which you are not a true Scotsman. Looking at you, Stalin, and you, Mao, and you, Lenin, and don't even get me started on Trotsky. But just, if you're a fascist, I beg you, consider. Give leftism a try for like a week, and see if it gets you closer to or farther away from getting laid. Just think about it. Just like give it a little bit of a try, okay? I know you like Middle-earth because this is your chosen form of entertainment, and I assure you that notwithstanding the Overton window of his day and age, Tolkien was much more closely aligned with modern leftists than he was with fascists of any time period. At the end of the day, the ability to recognize fascism is one of the best weapons against it because its primary goal is distraction and hiding and fear-mongering and sowing dissent. Because if you asked what its own policies are, it just boils down to get daddy more power. Just about everybody would agree that we want some semblance of meritocracy in our governments. And fascists love to give the illusion of meritocracy without the fact of it. So just learn to spot it, reconcile yourself to going with the lesser evil every time, and I assure you we will eventually get to the point where we get good options again. The better informed you are, the better educated you are, the less power fascists will have over you. Your brain is your best sword and your best shield. You have to keep your brain in good shape. The humans in Middle-earth who go for Melkorism don't do it because they're smart. Okay, the lecture is over. There will be a test.
No sleeping here!
In 2024.
Come on!
Dale, I'm pretty sure, is gonna hold. It's not that we couldn't lose that battle, it's just that it has ballista towers, and we have trolls, and archers, and spears. I could be wrong, I have been wrong before, but I think Dale is gonna hold. I think Esgaroth would too, but in order to get this guy across the river on this turn, we kinda have to intervene.
Attack!
Uh-huh. We have 3,700 troops. No, it's closer to, okay, 3,800 troops, and they've got 2,000. It's 4,000 versus 2,000. Do you think we have an advantage? Okay, let's send the trolls in first. That way, when they all die, they will all come back. Hopefully. Get those horses! Smash them! Troll smash! Are trolls the best anti-cavalry? No. But we are using them first, and the cavalry is a very high-value target. So few of them are left. That's very good. Oh, Let's have you set up over here. Really?
The battle is very much. Victory will be ours.
Well, our captain is routing, and he's probably about to get captured. I believe one of these three is their general. Probably this one, with the silver shield. Although, never mind. I think it's this guy with the nicer armor. Why, where are you going? Okay, no. No heads, please. Of course. Okay, guys, stop. Everything is too involved now. Except maybe this. Yeah. Royal Guardsman, that means that's a very good target. Hey, buddy! There he goes! And now there's gonna be a rout happening and we have no cavalry with which to chase them down. Barons. That sounds like a very high-value target. Lots of ransom money to ignore. Oh, you're charging, it would seem. Well, good luck with that. Bound to work the second time, right? And that's where that will get you. And no, that is not the definition of insanity. I bet you thought you'd gotten away from the Pale Uruks, but guess what, motherfuckers, there's more over here. Okay, that's the most we're gonna get. Yikes! Well, it is a late campaign battle. They had a lot of very good troops. It's to be expected that we'll have heavy losses. I think at least the bigger army should be dead. Snow Trolls killed 110 all on their own, and we got all 12 of them back just as designed, like it says on the box. And the Warg Marauders, somewhat unsurprisingly, made the most kills. Very good. Die. Hey, why did Dale suddenly get mad? Okay.
Orcs! Listen up! Orcs! Take with you, lousy! Oh!
I believe that will conclude this turn. Okay. You know what? I think we'll actually withdraw.
Pull back! We must pull back! Pull back! We must pull back!
Do you think they're learning? I don't. Bro, hear him! Aw, man. Elves get all the cool stuff. God damn it. It's these wargs, isn't it? It's the warg pack. They're the ones who destroy stakes on the way out. Fucking hell. You shits better be worth it. Nobody's going for another ram? Where are you going? Great. Okay, well, if you're sure you wouldn't like to come in for more.
The time for battle is over. Our foe fought well, yet we prevailed and earned ourselves a small victory.
Yep. Though honestly, it's more like they earned a defeat than we earned a victory.
We've destroyed the enemy!
Okay.
At your service.
Can we bribe you?
Opening, we shall hear you out, but do not expect much.
Apparently not. Can we offer you a ceasefire? Generous. Okay. How about you give us Causal to Doom West. Demanding. And what if we offered to give you 100,000 with that? It's generous again.
Your proposal is most worthy. We gladly accept.
Good. That is a very good decision for you.
Goodbye. We look forward to our next meeting.
Because if you hadn't, we would just get it anyway. Ooh! Woo! Look at all those goblins! Snaga archers. Nice! That is a shit ton of goblins. And everything is already... Wow. Of course... of course we can't leap into recruiting anything. But that is okay. A-okay. Let's just destroy the drill square and start over. That went remarkably well. Where?
An honor.
There you are.
That one?
I don't think these Snaga archers are going to be much good against the dwarven rebels, but you never know. I could be wrong. It's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. So far, the rebels haven't attacked us, though. We are only 7 regions away from having as many as we need to meet the victory conditions. But, of course, we also have 2 dwarven factions to eliminate.
Kill them all! Destroy them! Get ready for fighting! Regroup, you rat!
Now then, I believe we have a score to settle. One which may require us to get closer. There we go. That's way more like it. And now they're coming forward. Okay, same deal as last time, just send in the trolls. These halberds are gonna shred them. Got their captain, though. All it took was one unit. Oh no, we only healed 2 of them. But they killed 350. We lost 6 guys in the retaking of Fudberk, previously Thronduil's halls. This time I think we'll occupy it. Everything is already how we like it, aside from... Now we need to start over with the shrine. Everybody get out.
Listen up! Get ready for fighting!
Okay, never mind. Not
Get ready
quite
for fighting.
everybody.
Listen up! Get ready for fighting!
You 3 can stay behind.
Come on.
Get in there. 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 You continue southward.
Oh! Listen up!
You join up.
Come on!
You hop in there.
Orcs! Come on! We have completed an objective. Listen up! No sleeping here! Listen up! Oh! No sleeping here! Get ready for fighting! Pick your feet up! No sleeping here! Come on! Get ready for fighting! Orcs!
So, these 2 sieges by the elves would run out of time very quickly,
No sleeping here! Kill them all!
if we weren't about to regicide them.
Get ready for fighting! Listen up! Oh! Objective complete! Listen up!
Oh, I should have sent those spears down here to Dwinburg.
No sleeping here! Come on!
Okay. Good turn, good turn. Hi? How did you get there? Oh, King Tor. Fascinating. Well, I think we'd better run for our worthless lives. Perfect. Well, kudos to you for taking the fight to them, buddy. Worked great last time. Are you actually going to use your rams?
They're attacking the camp!
Ah. Not utterly brainless. It looks like Dunland is in a bit of trouble. Good, never liked them. The goblin hordes are enraged? Our foes think they can step foot in our capital. Our foes believe they have ridden us of these mountains. Our foes dare to assume they can lay claim to it. Our home, our goblin town, our revenge! Call forth the hordes of the misty mountains. Call upon the wargs and their riders, and awaken the trolls. The trolls are not sleeping. The trolls are very active.
We shall lay waste to those whom oppose our...
Whom? Really? Really? This should be who. Those who oppose us. He opposes us for him, who oppose us for whom. If there's an M, there's an M. Otherwise, no.
We shall lay waste to those who oppose us. Take back what belongs to us, and upon doing so we will crush these weak men.
Did you just call me a man? I'm an orc, thank you very much.
Surround those hideous elves and rid the world of dwarves.
Yet none of those people did it.
They think we are scattered. We have never been stronger.
You literally sold us. Khazad Doom. Okay, you're... Yeah. It's not the dwarves doing this, it's not even the elves. It's bigger orcs. And we didn't do it by killing you, despite trying and failing twice. We did it by paying you a mountain of gold. I'm sorry, but you can't beat economics. Apparently we're the most advanced now. Huh. Angmar and Isengard are now at war. I wonder how that happened. They must both be huge. Eh well.
Get ready for fighting!
Another custom general? Uthug?
We have a cavalry general!
This guy just became the most important character in the campaign. Ozolg's Defilers is really good, too.
Look at his movement range! He's insane!
Of course, he's an orc. Most orcs are insane.
Come on! Objective complete! Objective complete!
The shit we can do with this guy is going to be unbelievable.
Listen up! Pick your feet up! Get ready for fighting! Orcs! Go!
Theoretically, Dale ought to be safe from any attack right now.
Get ready for fighting!
Okay, let's chase some Dales.
Attack!
I respect you, my enemy.
A lot of archers, some cavalry. Let's go.
Kill them!
Smash them. Okay, that works.
Only half?
Once again, we only got back 2 of our trolls. Oh well.
Listen up! Victory will be ours. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Boomberg.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Well, this time we didn't lose any trolls, and they still inflicted 36 casualties. Very good. What is with that crown? This is like the equivalent of a Texas belt buckle, except he's wearing it on his head. Hash brown, not my Witch King. Die. Okay, now, this situation.
No sleeping here! Pick your feet up! Get ready for fighting! Attack! Listen up! Be gone!
Okay, well...
Orcs! Orcs!
Let's, situate you here.
Come on! Get ready for fighting!
Oh.
Listen up!
Know what we can do?
Attack! Destroy them!
No, never mind.
Retreat! Listen up! Pick your feet
This.
up! Kill them all!
Yes. Mind you, there is no situation so far in our favor that I can't fuck it up. My last attempt to get clever and tactical with taking Erinrunen wound up losing us a very important battle and a lot of troops. And I don't think I've improved much since then. Certainly my army composition is very poor, and theirs is very good. You know what? Let's turn the timer off, because we are attacking and we need every advantage. So, with that done, I'm still probably gonna lose. But let's try anyway. Okay, it would be best to rush them, because we can't. We don't even have missile superiority here. This is going to be one of my more aggressive battles. That's why. So far, so good.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Excellent start. Nice.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Captain Guetherindolian. That's a mouthful. But we got him! Okay, that army's not coming back.
we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Belrathian. Wasn't he the guy we saw before? I'm nearly certain I've heard that name, or read it even, actually. But exactly where, I'm not 100% sure.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay. Okay. Things are definitely looking up. Oh, that's why they held on so long. We hadn't killed their king yet. Well, let's be good and sure we get all of them, just for egregious redundancy. Yeah, they put 1,000 on the field and only 4 of them survived. Granted, I lost 700 soldiers. That's not great. But considering this is an early tier army against late tier elves, well, okay, no. The elves were also mostly early tier. So this was essentially an early game battle late in the game. And we crushed it. We took a lot of casualties, but we crushed the enemy. And we should be about to destroy the faction. Oh. It's possible we may have regicided them and then the settlement will be rebel occupied. But even then, at least the faction will be dead. Die. Yes, yes he is. We did it, we killed him.
We destroyed the enemy!
Okay.
Come and get me, coward.
They've still got a king somewhere.
Get ready for fighting! Kill them all!
Exterminate! Bye-bye.
Be gone.
Ah, man. The army is still there. But it's not a faction army anymore, it's rebels. Point is, it's not under siege anymore. And hey, we got that gold! Nice! Of course, Erinrunen is now under threat from Dale, over here in Burra Alge, and from Brown Boat, which apparently is still called Brown Boat in AGO. But it's fine. Everything is going to be fine. Soon enough, we should be able to eliminate the Anduin Vale as well. And then perhaps Lothlorien, followed by Dale, and then finally the dwarves of Erebor. Watchtower.
Objective complete.
Very nice.
Pick your feet up.
We like being able to see things. Not gonna lie, I am really excited to keep this going. The campaign has finally started going very well, and I want to play more. This is the third day in a row I've recorded, and I hope I can record again tomorrow. I know most of you probably don't care very much, but I also got some very good news about my second book recently. So that's, some stuff about that should be coming down the line in the not too distant future. For now, however, I must bid you adieu. I will see you next time. I'm so glad that there are still about 30 or 40 of you who follow this campaign, and if you're watching this in the future, I'm glad you're watching it too. I know I enjoy seeing what life was like before previous apocalypses. Until next time, dear friends, don't forget that Palestinian lives matter, educate yourself how to spot fascism, and play well. Bye-bye.